bright. Keep them bright. Yeah. Going a little early there. Walkthrough got moved up a little bit, so sorry about that.
Was there any adjustments made at halftime, or obviously a big change? When your mind, what happened in terms of the first half, second half?
Yeah, for whatever reason, I think we just came out a little sloppy. I think as much as anything, we just couple missed assignments, a couple, decision-making things across the board. So it just came out a little sloppy. I don't think there was necessarily a huge fundamental approach that changed. I think the guys, we just settled down. The guys, got together at halftime, and I think they just, they believe in what we've done to this point. They believe in where we're going, and it finally just got a chance to just show light to that. So I think we felt like in game one we left a lot on the table. I think in the first half we felt like we had a lot of just self-inflicted wounds, and then we came on the second half and just executed much better.
There also was a personnel change on the offensive line. I guess how did that lead to improved communication? Did it seem like communication in the pass protect was a little better in the second half?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the sense of the communication. I think you have a guy that's been in the deal for 3 years now, and so he came in and he can kind of control that a little bit more. And I think he did a great job with it. I think that's all it was. But he improved that communication. Sorry.
Just play off that, Antonio said that there's still a long way to go with the offensive line, but he seemed encouraged by some things that happened in the second half. Did you think you guys discovered something up front you can build on going forward?
Yeah, and we're early in this process, right? You got a new group of guys playing together. You got a new system in there, and it's the start of a new season. And so I think I think it's just all about getting better every single day and feeling more confident about what you're going to do and getting to learn each other, getting to play with each other. Colton missing all that time. He hasn't got to go next to a left guard and have that communication stuff. And that's huge, or a tight end. So I think all that stuff's really big, the communication part of it. We're just going to keep getting better at it. We believe in the process, and we're going to continue to work through that.
Coach, for rookies, Brock Bowers has seemed to earn a lot of praise, obviously from Rob Gronkowski, Devontae Adams this week, and I was just wondering for you, what have you thought about his composure as a rookie on the field, and also his versatility, the ability to use them in so many different schemes?
Yeah, both really unique for such a young guy. Did it in college, so it's not like it's unexpected as far as the versatility part of it. But the capability to dial in and the detail of everything and feel really comfortable within the scheme is pretty cool for a young guy. And then the guy's a football player, so football comes natural to him, and he's got great instincts. And I think it's just going to just continue to get better for him in the sense that once he gets a feel for the game, his opponents, and who he's playing against, I think all that stuff's just going to continue to get better. But it's pretty cool for a young guy to kind of hit this stride so quickly.
Coach, speaking to a couple members from your O-line yesterday, they said that Baltimore was very, very loud, and that kind of played a little bit into the lack of communication or the miscommunication they had there in the first quarter. How much are you leaning towards your fans this week, being a home opener, to make that same chaos?
Yeah, that's the coolest part about the NFL. You get into these really cool environments, and we feel it when we're on the road sometimes when the Raiders fans, like they've been killing it. These road trips, we feel those moments, and you can those just help, right? As much as you can get the defensive line the opportunity to get off the rock before the offensive line, that's really the game. When you talk about winning the line of scrimmage, like that noise alone can be a factor as far as who wins that line of scrimmage in a run play or a pass protection play.
Yesterday, Antonio Pierce, he was talking about the run game. He said sometimes less is more in terms of the run concepts. Have you guys considered doing that at all this week in terms of maybe paring down what you're doing in the run game?
No, I think as much as anything, and I think what he's alluding to is we just got to dial into responsibility and make sure guys feel really good about what's in front of them and making sure we're on the same page. And I think we're not going to use noise as an excuse because that's part of our game, and we got to play in crazy environments, and so we got to make sure that we're down in the same page. And I think as much as anything, I think the simplification of making sure that we're all on the same page. Like as far as where's the answer is in simplifying, making sure we're fundamentally sound and that we're on the same page.
Over the past couple of days, actually that moment where Max Trice was talking to Gardner on the sidelines kind of gotten a little bit viral. What can you say you said to Gardner that also helped in terms of helping him calm down in the second half? And can you just talk about how he responded in the win?
Yeah, I think my approach, honestly, whether I was coaching in college or whether I was coaching at this level, I think I reflect a lot on as myself as a player. Like I know it's high school and college is different. I'm not trying to put that, but I just reflect on the sense of the consistent approach and the focused approach, and not kind of being a high and low guy. You know what I mean? When things are going great, freaking, let's just pat everybody on the back, or when things go well, let's bury people. I think it's a consistent approach. I think it's a process. I think that's kind of my coaching style philosophy, and I think that, you know, for a quarterback position, that's probably, you know, it helps a lot. And Gardner's that kind of guy. He's been through it, done it. He's lived the high and lows and stuff, and he's just always kind of come out of it, you know, the right way. And I think it's a credit to him as much as anything, just being grounded, being tough-minded, to be able to come, you know, whatever, whether it's a game, whether it's a half, whether it's a quarter, like things happen. We say it all the time in our room. The NFL's a roller coaster. And you can't go get crazy with the highs, and you can't, you know, dwell on the lows. And so I think that's just a testament to him, you know, as a player and a person.
When we talk about the run game struggling, at the end of the game-winning drive, everybody knew you had to run, everybody knew you were going to run, and you actually were able to run the ball. I guess, what did you see there? How proud were you of that, at least, if, you know, you got a little bit going? And I guess, did you see something there that you could build going forward?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like anything. I think there was the second play of the game, and we threw a wide route to Zamir, and the guy made the play, right? We start off the second half, he gets a wide route, what happened? He made the guy miss, and he turned almost an explosive play. And so I think it's as much as it can be as simple as that, you know, guys getting comfortable with what we're doing, believing in something, and just getting better every day at it. And we got to do a better job from the coach's perspective, and giving them the tools to go get the job done. But and at the same time, these guys have accepted the challenge to go get it done, whether it's a run play or a pass play. And I think at the end of the game, you had a really cool example of guys being on the same page, knowing what to do, knowing what to expect, and they went and executed at a high level. And to Zamir's credit, he was running. He was, you know, put the pads down, and he was running hard.
You have a guy like Devontae that already knew your system coming into it, but then during the game, he said at halftime he helped motivate the team as well, spoke up and tried to get them going, fired them up. For you, what's it like? How invaluable is it basically to have somebody not that just knows the system, but that can also be a motivator to this team when it's struggling? Yeah, you've heard the cliche, or the player-led teams are way better than coach-led teams, and when you're on the battlefield and like these guys are together, and one of your guys steps up who has to go do it, and he's there doing it, I think that always will speak volumes over any coach speech. I think it is invaluable, to your point. I think it's being able to have those moments and being able to be there for your teammates whenever things are good and bad. I think is a critical characteristic of a good teammate, and I think Devontae has displayed that since my time back here and my time with him back in Green Bay.
I guess there's a chance that Jackson Howard-Johnson can play Sunday. What does he bring to the table? What can he add to this offense?
Yeah, no, I'm excited for him. He's had a rough go, kind of just getting these things kind of getting in the way, and so we're excited to get him on the grass. I think, you know, to his credit, to not have much experience or time or on task, the knowledge that he has and of what we're doing, what we're asking him to do, it's pretty cool to see a young guy again, another high football IQ guy. So I think, you know, do we know exactly what we're going to get? No, but we're excited for him and for his growth. So we'll be excited to see when that opportunity comes, you know, how he handles it all.
I guess one of the positives you can take from the first two games is how clean you guys have been in terms of penalties. What has gone into that, and I guess how important is that for your offense to stay penalty free? Yeah, I mean, you talk about turnovers and you talk about penalty free. You know, those are two ways you don't beat yourself. And I think one game we turned it over and we beat ourselves, and the other game we took care of both, and we were able to keep in the game, right? When your defense makes critical stops and then you go execute on it, I think that's all plays in together. And I think those two things give you a chance to go stay in games. That's like, if you look across the league, most games are always close, right? And then you got to go win it in the end. Win the end of the half, win the end of the game, and we believe in that too. And so when you have good defense and when you have a efficient offense, which we're doing a really good job, high completion percentage and getting those explosives that we need to go get, I think that all just plays in together. And then happened in the Chargers game, right? We ripped off 2 runs, and one was a turnover and one was a penalty, and they were critical for that game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys.
Coach.